This audio was created using artificial intelligence and has been reviewed by a theologian from Lamachi Communication for Good Causes to ensure its theological and doctrinal accuracy. Lamachi Communication for Good Causes is a boutique communication agency that specializes in purpose-driven organizations. As a people-centered agency, we provide innovative digital marketing services, strategic communication consulting, and advertising creativity. Our high-performance international team firmly believes that the fair and sustainable development of society and the economy must be based on human and transcendent values.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to explore something pretty thought-provoking.
Okay.
Artificial intelligence and what it means for human intelligence.
Right.
I'm guessing you've seen all the headlines about AI's rapid rise.
I have.
And maybe, like me, you've had those moments of wonder and maybe even a little worry about what it all means for us as humans.
Yeah, it's a topic that's definitely capturing everyone's imagination for sure.
For sure.
And it's pushing us to kind of re-examine some fundamental questions about, what it even means to be human.
Exactly. And to help us navigate this complex landscape, we're diving into a document released by the Vatican in early 2025.
Okay.
It's titled Antiqua et Nova, Note on the Relationship Between Artificial Intelligence and Human Intelligence.
Wow.
It's fascinating that a religious institution is wading into these waters, don't you think?
Yeah, it really speaks to how AI is touching every aspect of our lives, prompting reflection from all corners of society. And this document in particular is interesting because it offers a unique perspective, I think.
Okay.
Blending philosophical and theological insights with a real-world understanding of, AI's actual capabilities.
Okay, so our mission in this deep dive is to unpack the Vatican's perspective.
Sounds good.
What do they celebrate about AI? What concerns do they raise? And what does this document tell us about how we understand ourselves in this new technological era?
Right.
So,
well, the document starts by defining AI in a way that I think is helpful for everyone.
okay.
And even if you're not a tech expert.
Okay.
It focuses on AI's functionality, its ability to perform tasks that we typically associate with human intelligence.
So it's not getting bogged down in technical jargon.
No, not at all.
But rather looking at what AI can actually do.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it makes a distinction between narrow AI, which is designed for specific tasks,
Okay.
like playing chess or translating languages, and the more ambitious concept of artificial general intelligence, or AGI.
AGI being the kind of AI we see in sci-fi movies.
Right.
The super intelligent machines that can think and learn like humans.
Exactly. And while AGI is still largely theoretical, the document acknowledges its potential,
Okay.
even referencing the famous Turing test,
Oh, yeah.
where a machine is considered intelligent if it can fool a human into thinking it's another human.
It's a good test.
It is a good test.
It's a reminder of how far AI has come and how blurred the lines between human and artificial intelligence are becoming.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But then the document takes a turn.
Okay.
And this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
It delves into the Christian perspective on human intelligence.
Okay.
And this perspective is much richer and more holistic
Yeah.
than simply defining intelligence by its functions.
It seems like the document is suggesting that there's more to human intelligence than just processing information or performing tasks.
Exactly. The document dives into classical concepts like ratio, which is often translated as reason, and intellectus, which refers to a deeper kind of understanding or intellect.
Okay.
But it emphasizes that these aren't separate faculties.
Okay.
They're two aspects of the same human intelligence working together.
So it's not just about being logical,
Right.
but also about having that deeper level of insight that maybe can't be replicated by algorithms.
Right. The document is saying that our rationality isn't just about thinking.
Yeah.
It shapes our actions, our will, our relationships.
Makes us human.
It makes us more than just rational machines, and it highlights the fact that human intelligence is embodied, that our minds and bodies are interconnected.
That makes sense. Our experiences in the world, our emotions, our interactions with others,
Yeah,
all of that shapes how we think and understand the world.
for sure.
It's not just data input and output.
Exactly. And the document even connects human intelligence to our capacity for love,
Wow.
service, and communion with God and others.
That's beautiful.
It is.
It's suggesting that there is a spiritual dimension to human intelligence that goes far beyond mere data processing.
Absolutely.
That's a beautiful idea. It suggests that there's a certain depth and richness to human intelligence that might be difficult for AI to grasp, even with all its computational power.
It's a point worth pondering, for sure.
Yeah.
And it leads us to one of the key distinctions the document makes between human intelligence and AI.
Okay.
While AI operates within a logical mathematical realm, limited by the data it's trained on and the algorithms that drive it.
It's like AI is a master chess player capable of calculating millions of moves ahead.
Yeah.
But it doesn't understand the joy of victory or the agony of defeat.
Right.
Those human elements that give the game meaning.
Those human elements that give the game meaning.
Yeah.
That's a great analogy. And the document emphasizes that AI lacks that organic development that comes from lived experiences, emotional responses, and the complex interplay of physical, social, and spiritual dimensions that shape human intelligence.
So AI may be able to mimic certain aspects of human intelligence, but it's missing that deeper understanding that comes from, being human, being in the world, experiencing life in all its messy glory.
Exactly. And this leads us to another crucial point the document raises.
Okay.
The potential dangers of reducing human intelligence to simply what AI can do.
Okay.
It cautions against a purely functionalist view of humanity, where people are valued solely based on their ability to perform tasks efficiently.
It's like saying that a person's worth is solely determined by their output, their productivity.
Exactly.
But we know that there's so much more to a human being than that.
Precisely. The Vatican argues that this kind of thinking is fundamentally at odds with the inherent dignity bestowed on all humans, regardless of their abilities or what they can produce. And while AI might be able to simulate aspects of human reasoning, the document stresses that it can't replicate the depth of understanding and wisdom that come from the fullness of human experience.
Well, AI can process information and make calculations, but it can't truly understand what it means to be human, to feel joy and sorrow, to love and be loved.
Right. And this brings us to another vital aspect of the document that I think is particularly relevant for you.
Okay.
The ethical considerations surrounding AI development and use.
It seems like the more powerful AI becomes, the more important it is to think about the ethical implications.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The document emphasizes the Vatican's call for moral responsibility in the field of AI.
Yeah.
It urges developers, researchers, policymakers, everyone involved in creating and using AI to ground their work in a deep respect for human dignity and our shared vocation to build a just and compassionate world.
So it's not just about what we can do with AI, but what we should do. What are the ethical guidelines that should inform our choices?
Yes, and the document digs into this, highlighting the importance of accountability. It poses some tough questions. Who is responsible when AI systems produce undesirable outcomes?
Especially with AI systems that can learn and adapt, it gets really tricky. If an AI makes a decision that has negative real-world consequences, who do we hold accountable?
Right.
The programmers.
Right.
The users. It's a bit of an ethical minefield.
It is. And the document is really urging us to grapple with these complexities. It stresses that ethical AI requires a clear understanding of the goals it serves and the broader worldview embedded in its design and application.
That makes sense. If we're not clear about what we're trying to achieve with AI and what values are driving its development, we could end up creating systems that don't serve humanity in the way we intend.
Exactly. The Vatican is calling for an ethical framework for AI that prioritizes the common good, justice, and the flourishing of all people, not just efficiency or profit.
It sounds like they're saying we need to put human values at the center of AI development.
That's a great way to put it. And to illustrate these points, the document goes on to explore specific areas where AI's impact is being felt. And it's a pretty comprehensive list. Societal impacts, human relationships, the economy and work, healthcare, education, misinformation, deepfakes, privacy, control, the environment, and even warfare.
Wow, that's a whirlwind tour of AI's potential to both help and harm us.
It is, and the document acknowledges both sides.
Okay.
Presenting AI as a tool with immense potential for good, but also one that carries significant risks if not developed and used responsibly.
Let's dive into some of these areas, starting with society. How does the document see AI impacting our social structures?
It recognizes the potential for AI to address social problems and improve our lives in countless ways. For example, AI could help us develop more sustainable cities, create personalized education systems, and even tackle global challenges like climate change. But the document also cautions against the risk of exacerbating existing inequalities.
So while AI could be a powerful tool for good,
Yes.
it could also end up widening the gap between the haves and the have-nots. Exactly.
It's a concern that's often raised, and the document doesn't shy away from it. It also warns against the danger of AI furthering a technocratic paradigm,
Okay.
where everything is reduced to efficiency and optimization.
It's like we could become so obsessed with data and algorithms that we lose sight of the human element, the things that make life meaningful, beyond just productivity and efficiency.
Precisely. And this concern about the potential for dehumanization is particularly evident in the section on human relationships.
Okay.
The document acknowledges that AI can connect people in new ways,
Right.
but it expresses concern about the potential for AI to replace genuine human interaction with simulations.
It's easy to imagine a future where people are spending more time interacting with AI companions than with real people. And while there might be benefits to that,
Yeah.
I think it's natural to worry about what we might lose in terms of real human connection.
The document specifically highlights the potential impact on children, expressing concern that substituting real relationships with AI interactions could have detrimental effects on their development.
That makes sense. Kids need to learn how to navigate the complexities of human relationships, not just how to interact with a machine that's programmed to be agreeable.
Right.
It's a critical part of social and emotional development.
Right. And this leads us to another area where the document highlights both the promises and perils of AI,
Okay.
the economy, and the world of work.
This is something I think a lot of people are worried about.
Yeah.
Will robots take our jobs?
It's a valid concern. And the document acknowledges that AI has the potential to disrupt the job market in significant ways.
Yeah.
It recognizes the possibility of AI boosting productivity and creating new jobs in certain sectors, but it also raises concerns about worker displacement and the erosion of the value of human labor.
So it's a double-edged sword. On the one hand,
Yeah.
AI could create new opportunities, but on the other hand, it could lead to mass unemployment if we don't manage the transition carefully.
Exactly. The document emphasizes the need for thoughtful policies that ensure the benefits of AI are shared widely, and that workers are supported through retraining and other initiatives.
It sounds like you're saying we need to be proactive in addressing the potential downsides of AI's impact on the labor market.
Absolutely. And the document goes on to address AI's potential impact on healthcare, where it sees both exciting possibilities and potential pitfalls.
It's easy to imagine how AI could revolutionize healthcare. We're already seeing AI being used to analyze medical images, assist with diagnosis, and even develop new treatments.
Right. The document acknowledges the potential for AI to improve healthcare outcomes, but it also warns against the danger of depersonalized care and a further divide between those who can afford AI-driven healthcare and those who can't.
It's like if healthcare becomes increasingly reliant on expensive AI technologies, will it become a luxury only available to the wealthy? That's a scary thought.
It is, and the document raises important questions about access and equity in the context of AI-driven healthcare.
So we need to make sure that AI in healthcare is used to benefit everyone, not just a privileged few.
Exactly. And the document also explores AI's impact on education,
Okay.
acknowledging its potential to enhance learning and personalize education, but also flagging the risk of over-reliance on technology.
I've heard concerns that kids are spending too much time staring at screens and not enough time developing essential skills like critical thinking and problem solving.
That's a valid concern.
Yeah.
And the document echoes this sentiment, emphasizing the importance of fostering critical thinking and other core human capabilities that might be neglected if we become overly dependent on AI. It argues that education should be about more than just acquiring information. It should be about cultivating wisdom and character.
So AI can be a tool for learning, but it shouldn't replace the essential role of human teachers and mentors.
Right, and the document goes on to tackle some of the darker sides of AI, like its role in the spread of misinformation and the creation of deepfakes.
It seems like every day there's a news story about how AI is being used to create fake news or manipulate people's opinions. It's unsettling, to say the least.
The document specifically calls out the harm caused by deepfakes, which are incredibly realistic videos or audio recordings that can be used to spread falsehoods and erode trust in information.
It's like, how can we know what to believe anymore when technology can be used to create such convincing forgeries?
It's a real challenge, and the document emphasizes the ethical imperative to be truthful in our online interactions and to be discerning consumers of information.
So we all have a responsibility to be critical thinkers and not just blindly accept everything we see online.
Absolutely. And the document also addresses the issue of privacy and control in the age of AI,
Right.
raising concerns about the potential for abuse of AI-powered surveillance and data collection.
We've all heard stories about how our data is being collected and used by companies and governments.
Right.
Sometimes without our knowledge or consent. It's a bit unnerving.
The document emphasizes the right to privacy and expresses concern about the reduction of human beings to data points, especially through things like social scoring systems.
It's like we're becoming transparent to these systems with our every move being tracked and analyzed. It raises questions about autonomy and control.
Exactly. And the document also tackles the environmental impact of AI, which is something that's often overlooked.
I can see how developing and using AI systems could have a significant environmental footprint. All those data centers require a lot of energy.
Right. The document acknowledges AI's potential to help us address environmental challenges, but it also challenges us to consider the full environmental costs of its development and use.
So it's about weighing the potential benefits against the potential drawbacks.
Precisely. And finally, the document addresses one of the most concerning aspects of AI.
Okay.
Its potential use in warfare.
This is something that's been explored a lot in science fiction. But it's becoming increasingly real as AI technology advances. The thought of autonomous weapon systems making life or death decisions is pretty terrifying.
It is. And the Vatican expresses deep concerns about the ethical implications of AI in warfare, calling for international control over how AI is applied in this context.
It seems like the stakes couldn't be higher. If we don't get this right, the consequences could be catastrophic.
It's a lot to take in, isn't it? It seems like AI is touching every aspect of our lives, from the mundane to the existential. And with AI becoming increasingly sophisticated, I think it's natural to wonder, where does humanity fit into all of this?
It's a question the document grapples with directly, you see. With all this talk about AI's capabilities, it can be tempting to view it as some sort of replacement for God or a path to transcendence.
I can see that if AI can solve our problems, answer our questions, even provide companionship, it's almost like we might start to see it as this all-knowing, all-powerful force.
Exactly. And the document addresses this head on.
The Vatican's stance is clear. Equating AI with God is a form of idolatry. A false hope for a fulfillment that can only be found in communion with the divine.
It's a reminder that even the most advanced technology is still a human creation, limited by its programming. It can't replicate the depth of human experience, spirituality, or our inherent longing for meaning and connection.
And the document emphasizes that while AI is a powerful tool, it doesn't negate our need for faith or diminish the importance of our relationship with God.
So where do we go from here? If we acknowledge both the potential benefits and the inherent risks of AI, how do we navigate this new landscape responsibly?
The document offers a compelling way forward. It calls for a renewal of what it calls wisdom of the heart. A wisdom that transcends the mere accumulation of data and guides us towards a humane and ethical application of AI.
It sounds like a call for balance, for integrating our technological advancements with a deeper understanding of what it means to be human, what truly matters in life.
The Vatican argues that true wisdom doesn't come from machines, but from seeking truth, goodness, and beauty. Rooted in a spiritual understanding of our place in the world, it's about cultivating virtues like compassion, empathy, and humility. Qualities that are essential for ensuring that AI serves humanity, not the other way around.
It's a powerful message, and it's a call to action for all of us.
Absolutely.
Developers, policymakers, educators, even everyday users of technology like you and me, we all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI and ensuring it aligns with our deepest values.
I completely agree. We need to engage in these conversations. Ask tough questions and be mindful of the choices we're making, both individually and collectively. The future of AI is not predetermined. It's something we're creating together.
Well, that was an incredible deep dive. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling both challenged and inspired by the Vatican's perspective on AI. It's a reminder that technology is not inherently good or bad. It's how we choose to use it that matters.
I couldn't agree more. And I think it's important to remember that these conversations are ongoing as AI continues to evolve. We'll need to keep revisiting these questions, keep adapting our ethical frameworks, and keep striving to ensure that technology serves the flourishing of all humanity.
That's a great point. This isn't a one-and-done conversation. It's something we need to be thinking about and engaging with constantly. So as we wrap up this deep dive, here's a question I'd love for you to consider. How do you think we can harness the power of AI while safeguarding human dignity and fostering a more just and compassionate world? It's not an easy question,
Oh.
but it's one worth wrestling with.
And if you're interested in exploring these issues further, I encourage you to seek out other perspectives.
Yeah.
Delve deeper into the ethical dilemmas raised by the Vatican document, and maybe even start a conversation with someone about what all of this means to you.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. It's been a privilege to explore these complex and fascinating ideas with you. Until next time, keep diving deep. Keep asking questions and keep seeking that wisdom of the heart that will guide us toward a future where technology and humanity thrive together.
This has been a podcast produced by Lamachi Communication for Good Causes, an international agency committed to the effective communication of messages that transform society. For more information on our services or our projects, visit us at www.lamachi.com.